Hi everyone, it's Heather. Welcome back into the Paper Castle. Wanted to show you everything that I found this weekend. I only went out on Saturday. There weren't too many on Friday and it was supposed to rain, so I just stayed home and worked here instead. So Saturday I got to go out to a few by myself, but then I had to come home by a little after 9 o'clock because my son was working. And I had to take the screaming demon with me, who is my 7-year-old daughter, who absolutely hates, loathes, and despises everything about going to yard sales. I don't know why, but she hates it. So I was not looking forward to it. But I think she kind of had an epiphany this weekend. Because she was really well behaved, because I had a little conversation with her before we went anywhere. And then she realized that she could, find things for herself, or she could see other people's pets, or there were kids she could talk to. So we actually ended up having a really good day. So let me get started and show you guys what I got. On one of the sales I got to go to by myself, they had really, really, really good prices, but unfortunately they didn't have anything really fantastic. So I only ended up getting about 4 things there. This is a Dexter boning knife. It's hard to see here, but it says $13.76. It's not in the greatest of shape, but it'll still sell. I got this for I think $1.25. I've sold Dexter knives in the past and never had a problem with them, flying out the door at auction. This, I don't usually do pet themed stuff, and I'm also not one of those people who, dresses up my pets, but I know a lot of people do. So I picked this up for 75 cents. I figured it would go along with that whole, ugly Christmas sweater trend that's going on right now. So we'll see what happens with that. These, I wasn't sure if I was going to buy them or not at first, and I ended up getting all of them, and I'm glad that I did. These are strawberry shortcake gift boxes. These are vintage ones from 1981. Yeah, 1981. And they're these little pillow boxes, and then the strawberry shortcake pops up on it. And it said 25 cents. I thought that meant 25 cents each, but it was actually 25 cents for all of these. And I got 5 of them. They're all sealed in the package. And I looked for these on eBay, and I actually found one of these that sold by itself for $12.99. So I was really happy I picked these up. So I'm going to probably pop them into the store for buy it now on each one of $9.99 and see what happens. And then finally I got another one of these. I got one of these at a rummage sale earlier this year. But I got another Alpine Village. Alright, this is, the cover's upside down. But this was only $0.25. I have another one of these, like I said, from the rummage sale. One of the roofs on the houses is cracked, and I think the cellophane is ripped on the top of the box. So I might do some swapping of things to try and get one whole complete nice set. These lights don't work, but that's not a big deal. They can put any light set in it. So, or I might sell both of these together as a lot, because I think the other one only cost me like 50 cents or $1. So that was the first yard sale of the day. Then I tried to hit a community sale at a townhouse development before I had to run back home, and I don't know if you all have the same experiences with community yard sales, but I usually don't have much luck at them at all. So I probably hit maybe 10 different houses before I actually found something to buy. I mean, thankfully they're really close together and I can just bang them out really fast. But I went to this one woman's house. I think this is the last one I hit before I had to run back home and get my little one. But she had this glass elephant It might be hard to tell, but it's brown. In nice shape in the original box from Fitz and Floyd. I didn't even know Fitz and Floyd even made anything glass, and they do a lot of ceramics, but I didn't think they did glass. So she had this for $4, and then she had this little guy who is adorable. This little elephant from Lenox. It's called, it's hard to see there, Trunk and Treats. Perfect to sell right now with the all the paperwork, the COA and all that. So she had $4 on this, and she kept walking around the yard sale saying, oh, you know what, any reasonable offer is accepted. If you don't like the price, just make me an offer, and I'm sure we can work something out. So I asked her how much these things were, and she told me that $4 a piece. She goes, but if you want to buy both, I'll let you have them for $7. I'm like, ooh, a whole whopping, dollar off. But I was thinking about it, and then she had this box of greeting cards, and they were just cute, like everyday greeting cards that I could use, just generic things. So I said to her, I said, well, if I take these, can you throw the greeting cards in, which she had marked for $1. I mean, she looked at me like I was crazy, and she goes, well, absolutely not. She goes, I already gave you $1 off on these two things. I was just like, retract the clause, lady. Okay. Calm down. I just couldn't believe she got that crazy over, me asking her about another $1 discount. It wasn't like I was asking her for her car or something. Anyway, I ended up buying these anyway, even though she was a little nuts. So we'll see how those do. The elephants seem to be selling, the elephants, they're both elephants, hello. The Lenox ones seem to be selling. The other ones, not so much right now. Then pretty much the only other ones I went to were some ones in, right in the middle of town, and then there was another community sale, which I figured since I had my little one with me, it was easier to do that because a lot of times she doesn't like to get out of the car. So that's what we did. So I found another Bible. This is a red letter. Oh my God, I cannot talk when I make videos. A red letter edition. It's bonded white leather. It's hard to find white ones. I don't find a lot of white ones. And it's a Zondervan, which is a good name. So I picked this up for $1. Oh, and the edges are all gilded silver, which they're usually gold. So see what that does. Found some more workout DVDs. These are the same type that I found last week, except that I think 3 out of the 4 of these are brand spanking new in the package. They were $1 a piece. Found a gold Yahtzee. Very happy to find that. This was $1, and my daughter has completely tested it and says that it is in fantastic working order. I think she must have played it for like 2 hours on Saturday. I found a Betty Crocker cookbook. This is 10th printing from 1983, but it's still in really good condition, so this should eventually sell for about $10. This was $1. And of course, got some mugs. Not as many as I would like, but I did get some. Got this one that says generosity and has the definition in here. This is by Zrike Everyday. Never heard of them. Can't find any others on eBay like this, so see what happens with that. That was $0.25. This one ended up being free because I bundled it with something else. I just couldn't pass up this cute little golden retriever puppy and the cardinal, the winter scene. I mean, dogs, birds, snow, it's all good. People like that stuff. This one says Greg and Company, and I think it had a sticker on the bottom, but it's gone now. And then I got another one of these Gigunta Reese's mugs. I had one of these, I think, a year or so ago, but I ended up giving it to my son, who loves it. So now I finally have one to sell. just to give you an idea of how big it is, this is the one I just showed you next to this one. So it's about 3 times the size. So, like I said, it's gigunta. Or as we say here in Jersey, it's friggin' huge. And it's heavy. I think you can only get these at Hershey Park, and they fill them with candy in the gift shop, and then you can use the mug afterwards. But that will definitely sell. Got one piece of jewelry. This is a butterfly pin from Metropolitan Museum of Art. Anything Metropolitan Museum of Art has always sold for me. So I picked this up for 50 cents. I got some silverware. Again, nothing that'll sell as good as that last set that I got. I've already made, I think, $100 off that set I showed you guys a couple weeks ago that I paid $6 for. And I still have, I think, 5 more lots of it to sell. So that was a really good find. But this is a nice set. It's a 5-piece place setting from Toll or Towel, however you say that. Their Supreme cutlery line. And it's nice because it already has the pattern over here called State Street. So this was $1, so I couldn't pass up decent looking silverware for $1. And then I found a 20-piece place setting from Dansk, because we have a Dansk outlet here in town. This is called Tuscan Garden. Can't really find much out about it online. There's a couple odd pieces of the silverware on eBay, but nothing is sold. But I'll probably, I don't know if I'll sell the whole thing together. I probably will, instead of by place setting. If it was a little more popular, I'd probably sell it by place setting, but probably just sell the whole thing by itself. The sale price on here was $39.95. It was originally $57 in the stores. And I got that for $3. Okay, and let's see, I got one more thing to show you, and then one really good find for my dad for Christmas. And we also picked up a brand new DVD player for $5, which we needed because the one in the family room was on its way out. So now my daughter can watch her DVDs without them being like almost black. I don't know what it did, but they would all play really dark. So this is the Christmas present that I bought for my dad. Excuse my table. I was in the middle of making cards this morning, so there's paper everywhere. But this is, let me find the string. This is a lamp with a jukebox underneath, and the jukebox lights up, and it's also a radio, as you can hear. Works great. And then this little drawer on the bottom pulls out, and it's an iPod dock. So my dad is really into anything 50s and jukeboxes and all that kind of stuff, and he's really into music. So this was the perfect present for him, and it only cost me $6. So that was my find of the day, even though it wasn't something that I'll be selling. Alright, and the last thing that I have to show you guys, it's kind of a funny story about it. I walked into the last yard sale of the day, and I saw this little guy sitting on a shelf. It was probably about noon, so most of the good stuff, you know, was already gone. But I saw this guy sitting there, and from prior experience, right off the bat, I thought he was Steinbach, which is a German maker of like nutcrackers and stuff like that. So I turned him over, I looked on the bottom. It didn't have a sticker, but you can see the outline of where a sticker was, and this is about the right size of a Steinbach label, and they're always round. So I'm looking at it, and he has a $5 price tag here on his hat, and my daughter's standing next to me, and there was a mother and her grown daughter sitting on the steps in the garage, and they're watching me look at things. And so I look at him, and And I said to my daughter, I go, do you know what this thing is? And she goes, no. And I said, well, I'll show you what he does. So I pulled it apart so that she could see this little metal piece inside here. And if any of you don't know what this is called a German smoker. And you put one of those incense cones in here, and you light it, and then you blow it out, and you put them back together, and the incense comes, or the smoke comes out of his mouth like he's smoking a pipe. So this guy's a little sheep herder, and he does have some damage. Whoops, has some damage to his hat. I have to re-glue the hat back down, and then some of the paint is has seen some better days here on the brim. But other than that, he's in great condition. Definitely worth $5. These sell for probably minimum of at least, I don't know, around $100. If you buy one new, they're very expensive. But anyway, when I pulled him apart and I started telling my daughter what it was, I hear the mother and the daughter go over in the corner of their garage talking to each other, and the daughter's like, oh my God, did you know that did that? The mother's like, no, I didn't know that did that. And she goes, I thought when she started pulling it apart that it was broken. So the mother's like, you know what, I've had that thing for years and years and years and years, and I never knew that it even did anything. And I said, well, it does do something, and you know, this is what it's called. And she's like, well, that's fascinating. And she goes, and just because you knew that, she goes, I'll give it to you for $3 instead of $5. So I said, sold. So I brought home my little German smoker guy with his little sheep. Actually, I think he has 3 sheep. One here, and one peeking out back here. And then his little, I think this is his lunch bag. So I'll clean him up a little. Unfortunately, the market for these is not really great. So I might hold on to him for a while. We have a German store in one of the little shopping centers that we go to, and like I said, these are very expensive, but on eBay there's not really that much of a market for them. So I'll hold on to him for a while, because I don't want to let him go too cheap, because he is really well made. I just really appreciate when they're very well made, anything really well made, just the craftsmanship and everything, because everything these days is just, you know, slapped together and garbage. So this is our new little friend who will probably stay with us this Christmas, and we might try and sell him next Christmas. So that is it for me today. I'm probably going to come back Wednesday. I've had a bunch of requests by some of the viewers who want to know exactly how I ship my coffee mugs. So I'm going to come back Wednesday. Can't do it tomorrow because my husband and I are going to a Yankee Red Sox game. So fingers crossed Yankees win. So we'll be gone tomorrow having fun. And Wednesday, I know I have some to ship out, so I'll probably do it then. So, sorry I babbled again a little bit too long. But I hope you guys all have a great week, and I'll talk to you soon.